Claude versus ChatGPT versus Gemini 2026. Which one is actually better? By 2026, the competition among top AI chatbots has become extremely intense. While Grok has gained some attention, the three models that currently dominate serious and professional usage are Claude by Anthropic, ChatGPT by OpenAI, and Gemini by Google. These three models are the most frequently compared and used by professionals, creators, developers, and researchers. Many people still wonder, which one is truly the best? The honest answer is that it depends on what you need. Each model has clear strengths and weaknesses. In this two-part series, we will do a deep and practical comparison between Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini to help you understand where each one excels and where it falls short. This is part 1, where we will focus on 3 of the most important criteria: reasoning ability, writing quality, and coding performance. 1. Current state of the 3 models in 2026. Before diving into the comparison, let's briefly understand where each model stands in 2026. Claude, Anthropic. Claude, particularly the Claude 4 series, has established itself as the leader in deep reasoning and high-quality writing. Many professionals consider it the most reliable model when they need careful analysis, structured thinking, and well-written long-form content. Claude is known for being more cautious and safety-aligned, which reduces hallucinations but can sometimes make it overly conservative. ChatGPT, OpenAI. ChatGPT, running on GPT-5, remains the most versatile and widely used AI. It has the most mature ecosystem with features like custom GPTs, memory, and strong tool integration. While it has improved significantly in reasoning, it still does not consistently match Claude's depth on highly complex or nuanced tasks. However, its flexibility and ease of use make it the default choice for many people. Gemini, Google. Gemini has made steady progress, especially in real-time information and integration with Google services. It performs well when users need up-to-date information or work within Google's ecosystem, Gmail, Docs, YouTube. However, in terms of deep reasoning and writing quality, Gemini is generally considered to be behind both Claude and ChatGPT by most power users. 2. Reasoning and complex problem-solving. This is currently one of the most important factors when choosing an AI, especially for professionals who deal with complex work. Claude currently leads in reasoning ability. Claude 4 Opus shows superior performance when handling multi-step problems, logical analysis, and tasks that require careful consideration across many layers. It tends to break down complex issues more systematically and produces more reliable conclusions. Many researchers, strategists, and analysts prefer Claude because it makes fewer logical mistakes and provides better structured reasoning. ChatGPT has improved a lot with GPT-5. It performs very well on most professional and academic reasoning tasks. It is highly capable and often delivers good results quickly. However, when faced with highly ambiguous, nuanced, or extremely complex problems, it sometimes lacks the depth and precision that Claude demonstrates. It can occasionally jump to conclusions or miss important nuances. Gemini delivers decent reasoning on straightforward problems. It performs well when the task is clear and benefits from real-time information. However, when dealing with complex, multi-layered, or abstract problems, Gemini tends to fall behind Claude and ChatGPT. Its reasoning often feels more surface-level compared to the other 2 models. Summary on reasoning. Claude greater than ChatGPT greater than Gemini, in most complex scenarios. 3. Writing quality and long-form content. Writing quality is another major differentiator, especially for content creators, researchers, and professionals who need to produce reports, articles, or analysis. Claude is widely considered the best writer among the three models in 2026. It excels at producing coherent, natural, and well-structured long-form content. Its writing has better flow, logical progression, and readability. Many professional writers and researchers choose Claude specifically because the output requires less editing and feels more thoughtful. Claude is particularly strong when writing detailed reports, in-depth analysis, or complex arguments. ChatGPT is also very strong in writing. It offers excellent flexibility and can adapt to many different tones and styles, especially when users create custom GPTs for specific writing tasks. However, its writing is sometimes considered slightly less refined or natural than Claude's on very long and complex pieces. It may require more editing to reach the same level of quality as Claude. Gemini produces clear and functional writing. It works well for straightforward content such as summaries, emails, or basic articles. However, when it comes to long-form writing that requires depth, nuance, and strong narrative flow, Gemini usually falls behind both Claude and ChatGPT. Its writing often feels more mechanical and less engaging. Summary on writing quality. Claude greater than ChatGPT greater than Gemini. 4. Coding and technical development. For developers and technical users, coding performance is a critical factor. Claude has become one of the top choices for programming work in 2026. It is particularly strong at explaining code, debugging complex issues, and working with large codebases. Many developers appreciate Claude's ability to understand context deeply and provide thoughtful suggestions. It often produces cleaner and more maintainable code compared to the other models. ChatGPT remains extremely capable in coding tasks. It is versatile and works well across many programming languages and frameworks. Its strength lies in its flexibility and the ability to integrate with various development tools. While it is very powerful, some developers feel that Claude sometimes provides better code quality and deeper explanations on complex projects. Gemini performs reasonably well in coding, especially in web development and projects that involve Google technologies. However, it generally ranks behind Claude and ChatGPT in overall coding capability, debugging performance, and handling large or complex codebases. Summary on coding. Claude approximately equals ChatGPT greater than Gemini. 5. Summary of strengths and weaknesses. Based on the three criteria we have analyzed so far, here is a clear summary. Claude. Strengths. Best reasoning depth. Highest writing quality. Excellent at complex analysis and long-form content. Strong coding performance. Weaknesses. Can be overly cautious. Sometimes slower. More conservative in responses. ChatGPT. Strengths. Highly versatile. Excellent ecosystem and tool integration. Fast and user-friendly. Strong across most tasks. Weaknesses. Slightly behind Claude in deep reasoning and writing quality on complex tasks. Can hallucinate more than Claude. Gemini. Strengths. Good real-time information. Strong Google integration. Decent performance on general tasks. Weaknesses. Weaker in deep reasoning. Lower writing quality compared to the other two. Less capable in complex coding tasks. 6. Early conclusion. After analyzing reasoning, writing, and coding performance, a clear pattern emerges in 2026. Claude currently leads in depth and quality, especially for serious professional work that requires careful thinking and high-quality output. ChatGPT remains the most well-rounded and practical choice for most users due to its versatility and strong overall performance. Gemini is useful in specific situations, especially within Google's ecosystem, but generally ranks behind the other two in core capabilities. 1. Speed and responsiveness. Speed is an important factor, especially when you use AI frequently throughout the day. ChatGPT generally provides fast and consistent response times. It handles most requests quickly without significant delays, making it suitable for users who need to complete many tasks in a short amount of time. Gemini also offers good speed and performs reliably in most situations. It is particularly efficient when handling tasks that require real-time information from the web. Claude tends to be slower than the other two models, especially when processing long or complex requests. However, many users accept this trade-off because the quality of Claude's responses is often higher. The slower speed becomes more noticeable when working on large documents or complex analysis. Summary on speed. ChatGPT approximately equals Gemini, Claude. 2. Safety and censorship. Safety and how strictly each model refuses certain requests is another important consideration. Claude is the most safety-aligned model among the three. It refuses harmful, unethical, or dangerous requests more consistently than the others. While this makes it safer to use in professional environments, it can sometimes refuse reasonable requests that ChatGPT or Gemini would answer. ChatGPT maintains a balanced approach. It refuses clearly harmful requests but is generally more flexible than Claude. This balance makes it suitable for a wide range of users. Gemini tends to be quite cautious. In some cases, it refuses requests more strictly than ChatGPT, which can feel overly restrictive to some users. Summary on safety. Claude greater than ChatGPT greater than Gemini, in terms of strictness. 3. Personality and user experience. The personality of an AI can significantly affect the user experience, especially if you interact with it for long periods. Claude has a calm, professional, and thoughtful personality. It feels serious and careful in its responses. Many professionals appreciate this tone because it feels more reliable for work-related tasks. However, some users find it too formal or lacking in personality. ChatGPT has a friendly, helpful, and versatile personality. It is generally considered the most approachable and pleasant to interact with for everyday use. Its conversational style makes it easy for both beginners and experienced users. Gemini has a more neutral and functional personality. It is efficient and straightforward but often lacks the warmth or distinct character found in Claude and ChatGPT. Some users describe it as robotic compared to the other two. Summary on personality. ChatGPT greater than Claude, Gemini. 4. Pricing and value for money. Pricing plays an important role when deciding which AI to use regularly. ChatGPT offers a free tier that is quite capable for basic use. The Plus plan, around $20 per month, unlocks GPT-5 and advanced features. It provides good value for most users due to its versatility and large ecosystem. Claude offers a Pro plan at a similar price point, while it may be slightly more expensive for heavy users due to usage limits. Many professionals find the higher quality output justifies the cost. Gemini Advanced is also priced competitively and includes additional benefits if you already subscribe to Google One. It can offer good value for users who are deeply integrated into Google's services. Summary on value. ChatGPT generally offers the best overall value for most users. Claude provides higher quality but at a slightly higher effective cost for heavy usage. Gemini can be cost-effective if you already use Google services. 5. Real-world use cases in 2026. Here's how the three models perform in different real-world scenarios. For professional writing and research, Claude is currently the best choice. It produces higher quality long-form content with better structure and fewer errors. ChatGPT is a strong alternative, especially when you need flexibility. Gemini is acceptable for simpler writing tasks but usually requires more editing. For software development, both Claude and ChatGPT perform excellently. Claude is often preferred for understanding and explaining complex code, while ChatGPT offers better tool integration and versatility. Gemini is usable but generally not the first choice for serious development work. For business and strategic work, Claude excels at strategic thinking, analysis, and producing professional reports. ChatGPT is better for general business tasks, automation, and quick problem solving. Gemini works well if your workflow is already within Google Workspace. For students, ChatGPT is usually the most practical choice due to its versatility and ease of use. Claude is better when students need help with deep analysis or high-quality academic writing. Gemini can be useful for quick research. For everyday personal use, ChatGPT is generally the most enjoyable and versatile for casual use. Claude can feel too serious for everyday conversations, while Gemini is functional but less engaging. 6. Limitations and common complaints. Each model has notable limitations that users frequently mention. Claude's limitations. It can be overly cautious and refuse reasonable requests. It is slower than the other two models on complex tasks. Some users also find its personality too formal for casual use. ChatGPT's limitations. It occasionally produces confident but incorrect information. While GPT-5 has improved significantly, it still does not match Claude's depth in certain complex reasoning tasks. It can also be more prone to hallucination compared to Claude. Gemini's limitations. It often lacks depth in reasoning and writing quality. Many users feel it is more restricted and less flexible than Claude and ChatGPT. Its personality is also considered less engaging. 7. Final recommendations, 2026. Based on the full comparison across both parts, here are clear recommendations. Choose Claude if your priority is deep reasoning, high-quality writing, and professional-level output. It is currently the best choice for serious work that requires careful analysis and excellent writing. Choose ChatGPT if you want the most versatile and well-rounded AI. It is the best all-rounder for most people due to its flexibility, ecosystem, and strong performance across most tasks. Choose Gemini if you are heavily invested in Google's ecosystem and need strong real-time information capabilities. It is useful but generally ranks behind the other two in overall capability. Best strategy for most users. Instead of choosing just one model, many professionals in 2026 use Claude and ChatGPT together. Use Claude for deep thinking, writing, and complex analysis, and use ChatGPT for general tasks, brainstorming, and when you need tool integration. Add Gemini when you specifically need real-time web information or work within Google services. 8. Conclusion. In 2026, Claude leads in reasoning depth and writing quality, making it the top choice for professional and analytical work. ChatGPT remains the most versatile and practical option for the majority of users. Gemini is useful within Google's ecosystem but generally falls behind in core capabilities. There is no single best AI for everyone. The smartest approach is to understand the strengths of each model and use them strategically based on your specific needs. The AI landscape continues to evolve quickly, so regularly testing different models will help you stay ahead and get the best results from these powerful tools.